Students, in this video, we are going to see some types of plants according to the method of obtaining food. The first type which we are going to see is heterotrophic plant. Okay, heterotrophic. In the meaning only itself, it tells us that hetero means depending on others. Okay, heterotrophic, and trophic means for the purpose of food. So heterotrophic plant means the plants which are dependent on other plants for the purpose of food are called as heterotrophic plants. Okay, now this we will see in detail. Heterotrophic plants do not contain chlorophyll. How do the heterotrophic plants live? From where do they get food? Answer for all these three questions we will get in the next paragraph or by studying these two examples. Have you seen a yellow wire like leafless climber plant growing on a big tree? What is its name? Here in the right side, here it is shown. Okay, and even we have discussed this point in first lesson, adaptation in plants, living organisms. Okay, in that one point was there, adaptation for ingestion of food in plant. In that we had learned about Kascota plant. So this Kascota plant, in Marathi its name is Kascota, it is called Akashvel. Okay, here also one of the flower is, one of the plant is shown which grows on other plants. Okay, the plants that grow on the body of other plants to obtain food are called parasitic plants. For example, Loranthus and Kascota. Okay, so the plants which grow on other plants body or the body of other plants, they are called as parasitic. Parasitic means dependent on other plants. Such plants are called as parasitic plants. Okay, examples are given. Loranthus. Loranthus means in Marathi it is called Bandgul, and Kascota means Akashvel. Okay, both these plants, they are yellowish in color. Okay, and that yellowish color only, from that only we understand that they do not have chlorophyll pigments in them. Okay, means so they are called heterotrophic plants. Here upside it is given heterotrophic plant do not contain chlorophyll. They do not contain chlorophyll means they cannot prepare their own food on their own. Okay. Then due to absence of chlorophyll, the Kascota is completely dependent on the host plant. Hence, it is said to be completely parasitic plant. As the chlorophyll pigments are totally absent in Kascota plant, it is totally dependent. 100% it is dependent on the host plant. Host plant means the plant on which this Kascota grows. Okay, so that plant is called as host plant. Okay, and this Kascota is called as parasitic plant. Okay, parasite and host. These are the two names for these two plants. Hence, it is said to be completely parasitic plants. तो ये Kascota प्लांट में क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट्स बिल्कुल होते नहीं है, इसलिए वो totally it depends on the host plant for the food. In first lesson I explained that they have got hostorial roots. They pierce their hostorial roots in the branches or stem of the other plants and they suck the food. Okay, in this way they obtain the nutrition. Okay, you must have also noticed Loranthus that grows on trees. Here to the right side, here it is shown. That is the Loranthus plant. Okay, it is called as Bandgul. So this Loranthus plant, it grows on the branches of other plants. But the speciality of this Loranthus plant is that it has got leaves. So from plant, what it obtains? It obtains only water and mineral from the host plant. Okay, all those points are given there downside in the form of questions here. They are asked about Loranthus. Which part of the Loranthus plant carries out photosynthesis? Naturally, as it has got leaves, so its leaves carry out the process of photosynthesis. From where do they obtain minerals and water? So this Loranthus plant obtain mineral and water from the host plant. Why is Loranthus known as partially parasitic plant? Partially means up to certain extent, kahi anshi. Okay, so it is called as partially parasitic plant because it is not totally dependent upon the host plant, but it is up to certain extent it is dependent on the host plant only for the purpose of minerals and water, but it performs the process of photosynthesis on its own, so it is called as partially parasitic plant. Okay, then we go to the next type of plants. They are insectivorous plants. They are called as insectivorous plants. This point we are going to start. Okay, first we will read the information. We have seen how some plants feed upon insects to obtain nutrients. These insectivorous plants generally grow in soil or water deficient in nitrogen compounds. The plant body of the Drosera burmani has a flower-like appearance. It grows close to the ground. Its leaves are attractive pink or red in color with hairs at the margin. Droplets of a sticky substance found at the tip of the hairs attract insect. The scientist Johannes Burman identified this plant in Sri Lanka in 1737. Hence, the plant is named after him. Okay, so this is the second type of the plant. They are called as insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants means the plants who trap the insects in their specially modified part. Okay, and absorb the nutrients of those insects from their body. Such plants are called as insectivorous plants, or in simple language we can say the plants which eat insects are called as insectivorous plants. Okay, what these such type of plants do, even the same point we have learned in first lesson, in which point adaptation for ingestion of food in plants. Okay, so in that lesson even you must have watched the video also of which plant? Venus flytrap. Okay, how do they trap the insects? The same way, even this plant also, Drosera plant. Drosera, what is it called? Even it has got nickname Sundew. Sundew plant, SUNDEW, Sundew plant, or in Hindi it is called Mukhjali. Okay, so these type of plants, they create or they modify their some parts into flower-like structure. Here you can see, here even we can see it in detail. Okay, here some flower-like structures are created, and as the flowers are attractive in nature, and these flower-like structure, it creates a sticky substance at the tip of the hairs of the flowers. Okay, so whenever the insect comes to collect the honey or for in search of food, this, due to the sticky substance, it sticks to the flower, and then later on when the insect is pulled down, when the insect goes downside, the flower closes and the insect dies, and it absorbs the nutrients from the insect's body. We go to the next. One question is asked related to this topic only, insectivorous plants. The question is, why does the pitcher plant feed on insects even though it produces food by photosynthesis? The pitcher plant, you must have seen somewhere on the National Geography channel or somewhere in textbook. The pitcher plant, though it has got green leaves, though it performs the process of photosynthesis, then also it feeds on insects. Then also it modifies its flower into such a structure in which insects are trapped, and those plants eat the insects. Why it is so? The reason for this, in first lesson I explained that these plants, they grow in such an area where there is a lack of nitrogen in that soil. And due to the lack of nitrogen in their plant's body, these plants, they modify their flowers into a special structure for trapping insects. And so due to that, they can obtain nitrogen from the insect's body. Now we go to the next point, saprophytic plants. What are these saprophytic plants? Saprophytic plants means the plants, here explanation is given, plants which obtain the food from dead and decaying bodies of other organisms are called saprophytic plants. जो plants उनका food कहाँ से obtain करते हैं? From the either from the dead or from decaying bodies of other organisms. Then maybe plants, maybe animals. Okay, from the dead bodies or decaying bodies of the other organisms. Such plants are called as saprophytic plants. Here, see to this right side. You must have seen the such type of plants. Even during the rainy season, mostly they grow on the wherever the wooden logs are kept. Okay, on the wooden logs they grow. Some more information. Various types of fungi like mushrooms and yeast. What is the meaning of mushroom? Mushroom means alambi. Okay, and this fungi means we are very much familiar with this fungi, burshi. Various types of fungi like mushrooms and yeast are saprophytes. Fungi secrete digestive enzymes on the dead remains to digest or break down the carbon compounds they contain. The resulting solution is absorbed to obtain nutrients. Means these fungi and these mushrooms, these mushrooms and yeast, they have got a special change in their body. What is that change? That is that they can secrete digestive enzymes on the dead remains. ओके उनके अंदर एक ऐसा स्पेशल टाइप का डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम होता है जो वो जो डेड बॉडी और डेड डिकेइंग बॉडी होती है उसके ऊपर वो सिक्रेट करते हैं. ओके, सो दैट दे कैन डाइजेस्ट और दे कैन ब्रेक डाउन द कार्बन कंपाउंड्स. ओके, एंड उसकी वजह से the result, what they get, the resulting solution is absorbed to obtain nutrients, and from that they obtain the nutrients. So these plants are called as saprophytic plants. Okay, once again I will revise all the 3 points. Heterotrophic plants dependent on other plants for their food. Then heterotrophic plants may be total parasitic or partially parasitic. Okay, या तो partially parasitic हो सकता है, नहीं तो completely parasitic. Completely parasitic example is Cuscuta, and partially parasitic example is Loranthus. Second example is insectivorous plants. Okay, means the plants who eat insects. Okay, the examples are Drosera, pitcher plant, okay, Venus flytrap. All these are the examples of insectivorous plants. The third type is saprophytic plants. The plants which obtain their food from the dead or decaying bodies of other organisms are called as saprophytic plants. Okay, what are the examples? Fungus. Okay, the fungi like mushrooms and yeast. We go to the next point. Always remember what we have to remember in from this, that food gets spoiled due to some fungi. Some fungi cause diseases or illness, while some fungi have medicinal properties. Okay, that now in the atmosphere, the fungi, or we say suppose singular fungus. Okay, fungus is of different types. Many different types of fungus are present in the atmosphere. Out of that, many of the fungi, they cause diseases and illness in our bodies. Okay, even many of the fungi, they spoil the food items. Okay, but some of the fungi are there, they are of great medicinal, they have got great medicinal properties, and they are of medicinal use. Okay, they are used in the preparation of some medicines. The same way, even the yeast, and some mushrooms, they are also useful. The mushrooms are eaten. Okay. So yeast is used in fermentation processes. जो हम लोग जो घर में दही बनाते हैं, okay, that is the fermentation process. Okay, in that fermentation process, what helps us? This yeast. Okay, so yeast is used in fermentation processes and for making bread in the bakeries. Okay, mushrooms are a rich source of iron and vitamins. So because of that, these mushrooms are eaten, but not all mushrooms. Many of the mushrooms are poisonous in nature. Only some of the mushrooms which are edible, only such mushrooms are eaten by the human beings. The next point we see, role of nutrients and effects of their deficiency on plants. Okay, जो nutrients होते हैं plants के, कौन से nutrients है? Nitrogen है, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, iron, manganese and zinc. All these nutrients are there. Now we are in the next table, we are going to see what is their function and what happens if there is deficiency of these nutrients in the plant body. The first one is nitrogen. Nitrogen का function क्या है plant में? It is important component of proteins, chlorophyll and cytoplasm. Okay, तो proteins के formation में, chlorophyll के formation में, cytoplasm के formation में ये nitrogen plays important role. Okay, अगर plant body में nitrogen नहीं होता है तो क्या होता है? The plant shows retarded or stunted growth. यानी plant की growth अच्छी होती नहीं, growth ठीक तरह से होती नहीं है, and yellowing of leaves, और प्लांट के लीव्स येलो कलर के हो जाते हैं, यानी उनमें क्लोरोफिल तैयार होता ही नहीं, सो दे बिकम येलो. सेकंड न्यूट्रिएंट इज फास्फोरस. व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ फास्फोरस? कन्वर्जन ऑफ लाइट एनर्जी इनटू केमिकल एनर्जी. ओके, जो लाइट एनर्जी व्हिच फॉल्स ऑन द लीव्स, तो दैट कन्वर्जन ऑफ दैट लाइट एनर्जी इनटू केमिकल एनर्जी इज डन बाय दिस फास्फोरस. इट इज प्रेजेंट इन लीव्स. ओके, अगर नहीं होता है फास्फोरस ठीक तरह से इन द प्रॉपर प्रोपोर्शन, तो क्या होता है? देन अर्ली लीफ फॉल. ओके, पेड़ के पत्ते जल्दी गिर जाते हैं. ओके, लेट फ्लावरिंग, प्लांट को फ्लावर्स आते नहीं है. ओके, देन स्लो ग्रोथ ऑफ रूट्स, और रूट्स की ग्रोथ बहुत स्लोली होती है ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ फास्फोरस. थर्ड वन इज पोटेशियम. ओके, पोटेशियम का फंक्शन क्या है? नेसेसरी फॉर मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटीज. व्हाटएवर द एक्टिविटीज गोज ऑन इनसाइड द सेल, सेल के अंदर जो एक्टिविटी चलती है, दे आर कॉल्ड एज मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटीज. दैट इट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ पोटेशियम. ओके, अगर नहीं होता है पोटेशियम प्लांट के अंदर, तो द प्लांट शोज वीक स्टेम, वीक यानी अशक्त. देन विल्टिंग ऑफ लीव्स, पत्तों का गिर जाना. फेलियर टू प्रोड्यूस कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, और ये ऐसे प्लांट्स में कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स तैयार होता नहीं. देन नेक्स्ट वन इज मैग्नीशियम. ओके, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ मैग्नीशियम? प्रोडक्शन ऑफ क्लोरोफिल. द क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट्स व्हिच आर प्रेजेंट इन द लीव्स, in the production of chlorophyll pigments, magnesium plays important role. Okay, and if magnesium is not present in sufficient amount, then the plant shows slow or retarded growth, yellowing of leaves, as like nitrogen. Okay, then iron. Function of iron is production of chlorophyll. Again, this iron is also necessary, means for the production of chlorophyll, which three are there? Nitrogen is there, magnesium is there, and iron is there. Okay, now if iron is not present in sufficient proportion, then it results in yellowing of leaves. Next nutrient is manganese. Manganese is responsible in production of main plant hormones. Plant के जो hormones होते हैं, okay, उनका production किसकी मदद से होता है? तो manganese. Okay, and अगर नहीं होता है manganese, तो then the plant shows retarded growth and spotted leaves. Okay, when we see white color dots on the leaves, okay, that is the symptom of lack of manganese in that plant. The next nutrient is zinc. What is the function of zinc? Production of hormones and their intermediates. Okay, यानी प्लांट के अंदर जितने भी हार्मोन्स तैयार होते हैं, ओके, वो हार्मोन्स और उसके जो इंटरमीडिएट्स, यानी व्हाटएवर द अदर हार्मोन्स व्हिच आर सपोर्टिंग देम, Okay, the production of all these things is done by the zinc. And if zinc is not present in the plant, then it shows retarded growth and yellowing of leaves. Okay, this is all about this point. One more activity is given. Observe the plants around you and diagnose the nutrient deficiency, if any. Okay, this activity is given to you. You have to observe some plants around your house, in your surrounding. Okay, and you have to find out whether that plant is suffering from the deficiency of any nutrient or what. Okay, this much only in this video. Remaining next point, nutrition in animals, that we are going to see in next video.